enough pressure.
You want good news?
Yes.
Yeah, we're hearing from the league now. Team players will come out to.
All right. I like this joint, man. Come on, bruh. I like this joint, man. Come on, bruh. I'm back at it like a crack addict. Save. Snax on Sportz, favorites. Just setting up everything how it's supposed to set up. Playlist. Okay. This thing tripping, man. I had to restart the live. My bad. I had to restart the live because I was just geeking out on the connectivity was, you know what I'm saying? Man, keep going, boy. Keep going. Cause the connectivity, yeah, over here, motherfucking police, Menlo Park police. Over here looking at me, boy, keep going. Mind my business. But anyway, I had to restart the live stream, you know what I'm saying? Because the connection was geeking out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back though. I'm back. And let me see. The Cowboys Eagles game is on a weather delay, you know what I'm saying? So I've been watching that. Everybody in the chat, give your boy a like one time. You feel me? Let me see. Man, this video, before I get back into what I was talking about, let me make sure this stream is everything that it pulled to be. Continue. There we go. See the predictions. Yeah. You feel me? DeWalt Dyson say, are you Eddie Griffin? I might be. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know, big dog. I might be that boy. I might be that boy. Yeah, I'm talking about. But yeah. I'm trying to find my boy Goated Leangelo, my little homie. He was up in here on the last stream. So I'm trying to pick up where I left off at. I hadn't even really started talking about what I wanted to really start talking about, which is I'm finna go ahead on and give my, so this stream is about, now that the NFL season is here, it done kicked off. We got Cowboys, Eagles. Look at Jordan at the game to go. Copycat, shout out you. Shout out to Copycat. Queso Secret Kid. You know what I mean? What's going down? But yeah, we got Cowboys Eagles on a rain delay or weather delay or whatever. So they gonna get that back popping. You know what I'm saying? But this is the 2025 NFL season predictions. You feel me? So I'm getting ready to give my predictions for who I think gonna win the Super Bowl, who I think gonna be, what two teams I think is gonna be participants in the Super Bowl, who I feel like who gonna be division winners of each division, who conference champions. I'm gonna predict the NFL MVP. I'm gonna predict the defensive player of the year. I'm gonna predict the offensive player of the year, and maybe I'll do the offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year. I gotta go back and see who the rookies. I don't even know who the damn rookies is. DeWalt Dyson. Why did that guy spit on Dak Prescott? Hey, they turned up. They turned up. It's the first game of the season, and you know how these NFL players, they kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, fam. You understand me? So he couldn't just he just couldn't contain himself. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, you feel me? That right there just lets you know they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know what I'm saying? You know, they be off all type of steroids and HGH and you know what I mean? They be having CTE and everything else. You understand me? So KBM Dre say Philly versus Dallas, a real NFL rivalry. On my mama. Everybody in the chat, give your boy a like one time. It's a real rivalry. You know what I'm saying? It's been a dope game so far. Hopefully the weather delay. Hopefully the weather delay ends soon. But this is part 2 of this stream. I was already streaming about an hour ago, or the part 1 started an hour ago, and I was having issues, connectivity issues, so it kept going in and going out and going in and going out and glitching and geeking out. So I had to restart my phone. And once I restarted my phone, that kind of ended the live. So DeWalt Dyson, right on. Everybody in the chat, right on. DeWalt Dyson for the subscription, man. You know what I'm saying? Share, like, subscribe, all that. You feel me? But so on the last live where I left off at is because somebody in the chat, somebody on part 1 in the chat was asking about like what's up with the media or the powers that be hating on the Sanders family. You know what I mean? With Deion Sanders and Shiloh Sanders and Shedeur Sanders. And what I was saying was as far as Shiloh Sanders, Shiloh is more of like a borderline NFL player. You know what I'm saying? He's not just like a bona fide, you know what I mean, NFL player. It's going to take for a team to give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on the Buccaneers roster, and then they cut him. You know what I mean? Once they was you know at the end of the preseason, once teams do they roster cuts and they cut down to the 53-man roster. He was a part of some of the players that got cut down. So he didn't make the cut. You understand me? So now he's a rookie free agent. So it's just gonna take for a team to go ahead on and give him a chance, and take a chance on him. If given a chance, I believe Shiloh could be somewhat productive NFL player, but it's just gonna take for somebody to give him a chance. When it comes to Shedeur is a bona fide NFL player, and he can be, I do believe he can be a solid NFL quarterback. But regardless of people thinking that he, it was said that he was supposed to be a first round pick or a top 10 pick. The fact of the matter is, he was a fifth round pick. And fifth round picks, you don't got no say so. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you play when they put you out there. You know what I'm saying? And that just is what it is. And so that's part of it. And some of the, I'm not saying that he is, but in college, some of the a little bit of the arrogance and the personality and the, you know what I mean, maybe a little bit of the cockiness, you know what I mean, got the powers that be in the NFL, like, hey, they basically are, showing him that, you know what I'm saying, like, you don't run shit up here. So as far as like basically how, like, in the NBA, how LeBron and Bronny, how LeBron was basically able to strong arm and bully the NBA and the Lakers, you know what I mean, to drafting his son and putting his son on the team and all that because of who LeBron is. The NFL is like, nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? We respect Deion. We know who Deion is, one of the all-time greats. You know what I mean? Hall of Fame cornerback, greatest defensive back of all time, and all that. But yeah. They letting it be known, like, you know what I'm saying, you got to earn your spot. You know what I'm saying, in the league. You don't just get to, you know what I mean? You don't just get to just come up here and just be handed some shit. You know what I mean, so to speak. You feel me? Now, Shedeur Sanders has earned his NFL spot way more than Bronny has earned his. You know what I mean? Like, Bronny ain't earned nothing. Everybody know this. He was given his spot on a silver platter. Everybody know it. Ain't nothing to argue or debate about. You know what I'm saying? We all know this. And at least Shedeur Sanders played, several years of college football, and he played at a high level. You know what I'm saying? So Shedeur earned his spot. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying he didn't earn it, but I'm just saying the NFL is a different beast, to where you not finna just because your dad is, just because who your dad is, you ain't finna come up here and just get this type of treatment, like you know what I mean? Like, you all this and all that. You know what I mean? So that's what I was saying in the last stream to the guy that asked me, you know what I mean, about why is the Sanders family getting hated on and all that. And then that reminded me about, so before I get to making my predictions, I want to just finish off with this. So then that reminded me about something I seen yesterday on yesterday on the arena, on Gil's Arena. So Gilbert Arenas, you know what I mean? We all know he got Gil's Arena for basketball and all that, but now he has another show that he done started. You know what I mean? I guess he's just trying to expand his, his platform or whatever. But he got another show that's catered towards football now. So on this show is him, it's Skip Bayless, and it's Aqib Talib. And then they always bring in another special guest, whether it's a NFL former football coach or a former NFL player. And so yesterday they brought on Gerald McCoy, former, defensive lineman for the, I guess he made his name the most with I want to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He played for a few more teams, but I think he's most known for playing for the Buccaneers. And so they was talking about it yesterday. Skip Bayless he be having his Shedeur Sanders pom-poms out, saying that Shedeur should start and all that. And Gerald McCoy was basically, keeping it in perspective and just reminding everybody that listen, you know what I mean, should not hating on him or nothing like that, but basically saying, yo, Shedeur Sanders is he's a 5th round pick. You know what I'm saying? So when you're a 5th round pick, you know what I mean, you don't call no shots. You get in when they put you in. You know what I'm saying? And so and he made a point to say if Shedeur Sanders' last name was Johnson, if he was Shedeur Johnson and not Shedeur Sanders, not the son of Deion Sanders, this wouldn't even be a talking point about, you know, whether he's the backup or the 3rd string or the 4th string or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a talking point at all. So basically, it's like one of these things to where I'm rooting for Shedeur and all that. But it's one of these things to where it's like his name, Tyler, what's going down? It's one of these things to where his name, Shedeur Sanders' name, it holds a little bit more weight than what his game actually does. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, not like he's not a good player or like he didn't earn his spot, like, you know, the example I gave, like Bronny Sanders. But it's still his namesake, and his name kind of holds a little bit more weight right now than his game. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he a 5th round pick, and we shouldn't expect to see a whole bunch of Shedeur Sanders this year. He's a rookie quarterback. He played well in his first preseason game, and not so much his second preseason game. But Gerald, I'm gonna play it right here. But Gerald McCoy made a point earlier in this clip, you know, where he was saying how yeah, he played well, but we gotta understand and remember, bro, like in the preseason, they not you not like going super hard like that. You know what I'm saying? But let me play what he said, you feel me, so I can get to what this live is really supposed to be about. And my predictions for this year.
You can name a whole bunch of people who started off.
Let me tell you something. Keep you.
Tyler said the Browns are gonna suck this year. Oh, no doubt. No doubt they're gonna suck. For sure. I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that at all, big dog. Yo, man. Let me play this clip real quick. My bad, y'all. Okay, here we go.
You can attest to this. We're talking about Shedeur. What's the last name? Sanders. If his name is Shedeur Johnson, do we care if he's 5th round pick that's starting? No. This is an issue because of his last name.
Yeah.
Take his last name out of it.
Is it good?
5th round picks, though. I've heard you talk over and over about 2nd round picks in the NBA and why Bronny shouldn't be judged because he was drafted here and you.
Look, I just said that. I just gave an example on the correlation between Bronny James and Shedeur Sanders. I just said that.
Usually, this is what. So let's give him that same grace. In the NFL, if you're drafted in the 5th round, you take the reps we give you. So people say, "Oh, well, they set him up." No, he's a
Crazy
5th round
TJ11. What's
pick.
popping?
Name is Sanders. You take the reps we give you. You get in the game. When you get in the game.
Well, you can't say that we don't care about your last name because we cared about it when we didn't want to draft you in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round.
Right. Who cared about it?
They did.
32 owners cared about it. It was a story in the meet. Like, listen. Okay, we have to stop doing
was
this.
Was it good enough?
Let me talk about me. I never thought he was a 1st round quarterback.
Okay.
But that's not your job to. But what I'm saying is, Key, when you see these players, sometimes you are a 1st rounder in the draft. Sometimes you are a 1st rounder, 2nd rounder because of the time you're getting drafted. That's what makes you where you're at. But not everybody. Some people can get drafted in any draft and still be a 1st rounder. I would like to believe I was like that because the year before I came out, I was still ranked as the top defensive tackle coming out. The next year, Ndamukong Suh went crazy in college. He passed me, but I was still right here. The next year, Marcel Darius was the top D tackle. I still would like to believe I would have been a top 10 pick. That's when you know you're that. Some people come into a draft and they're ranked where they're at because of their draft they're in. Shedeur Sanders, you said before the season you thought he was going to be the first overall pick.
Absolutely.
But the year prior, why didn't he come out? Because he knew in that draft, But this next year, I got a chance to be.
No, but he had to go back and win for his dad.
Hell
His
yeah,
dad needed him.
it's circumstance.
With his dad.
He wasn't ready to come out. The job wasn't done yet. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't want to stay on that for too long, but I agree with you with Gerald McCoy. Everybody else up here is just rooting for him. They fans of him. It's not that Gerald McCoy ain't rooting for him either. Gerald McCoy is just looking at it from a logical standpoint. It ain't just about the pom-poms. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying, bro, because if you do look at it, like to me, I agree. Shedeur Sanders is like, he's not like, you know, like when Peyton Manning came out of college or you know what I'm saying? When, you know, you know, like when Joe Burrow came out of college or something. Like he's not that type of quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he can't grow into that. I'm just saying I agree with Gerald McCoy as he's saying, like, bro, he is a solid quarterback. Let him grow into what he gonna grow into. You guys are putting more stock into the player that he could be because of his last name. You know what I'm saying? Y'all putting more stock into, you know, like the whole, you know, everything around his name. Like I said, his name holds more weight than his actual game right now. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna see a whole bunch of Shedeur Sanders this year. You feel me? We're not gonna see a whole bunch of Shedeur Sanders this year. You dig? He's gonna be learning from somebody solid in Joe Flacco. You did. So yeah. You understand me? So yeah. Nah, we wasn't rocking with the military like that. We wasn't rocking with the military, you understand me? Cash money is an army, but he had a navy. If you ever try to play me, for you it ain't gravy. You understand me? But all right, let me get into what I came here to talk about, man. These 2025 NFL season predictions. You understand me? And I'm finna start from, I got it pulled up right here. Chloe Griffin off the top. Off the top, go on, give a subscribe on your way out, a share, a like, or something, you know what I'm talking about? But we're going to start from right here. We're going to start from the AFC. We're going to start AFC East. So in the AFC East, we got Buffalo Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets. So I'm going to say that say the Bills gonna win this division. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna too much play around with it. You feel me? I'm gonna say the Bills gonna win this division. Chris say Cowboys. Yeah, I'm watching it right here. I see it. I got it on commercial right now. Well, yeah, I'm tapped in. They finna resume. But so yeah, I'm gonna go on and say the Bills are gonna win this division. I ain't gonna predict all 30 teams' records. You know what I mean? I may predict a few records, but I don't know. I say the Bills gonna win 12 or 13 games. But I got the Bills winning the division. I got the Dolphins. Who I'm gonna say gonna come in second place in this division? Chris say the Bengals gonna get 12 wins this season. I'm rooting for. I like the Bengals. I wish my boy Goated was in here so I can so we can get back to what we was talking about. But yeah, he a Cincinnati Bengals fan too. But yeah. So I got the Bills winning the division. In second place, I'm going to say that I really don't know, man, who gonna come in second place. I want to say the Dolphins, but Tua Tagovailoa, you can't count on his health, man. You feel me? That brain in his head, man. It's like it's like marshmallow, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's like Play-Doh. You understand me? You know what I mean? One that head up against something, man, and it's a wrap. You feel me? So if Tua could find a way to stay healthy, not go head first, you understand me, and slide, I'm going to give the Dolphins second place in that division. You know what I mean? But I don't want to sleep on the Jets, or I don't want to sleep on the Patriots either. You feel me? Even though, the Jets, look at this fool. Look at this fool. This fool spit. Look at this idiot. This fool spit on Dak Prescott. Why, bro? You an idiot. Before the game, dude spit on Dak Prescott and got ejected from the game. It's like, bro, like, it's like I was saying earlier when bro asked me that, yeah, these NFL players is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, fam. They cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They just can't control themselves, bro. Like, you gonna spit on a man? You know what I mean? And get yourself ejected? Look at this. Look. Carter. This guy's an idiot. Look, see it. Look at that. That's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting. Brody should get suspended for the next game because of that too, bro. Like, you don't do that, bro. I'm sorry. You gonna spit on a man? Like, that's one of the most disgusting acts that is spit on a man. You feel me? But okay, Chris said, yeah, plus Tyreek been on decline. Yeah, I'll say this about Tyreek. I'm not going to fully disagree that Tyreek is on a little bit of a decline, but if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I really think Tyreek's decline is more because of the fact that Tua ain't been there to be healthy, to be fully healthy. You know what I'm saying? And Tyreek been having to get bum quarterbacks to throw him the ball. It don't matter how fast you is, how dope a receiver you is. If your quarterback can't get you the ball, I mean, you're just not going. You're not going to be productive. You know what I'm saying? So if Tua got one of the most high-powered offenses in the league, if Tua ain't out there, yeah, Tyreek gonna look like he on decline. You feel me? Now at the same time, I say I'm not gonna say that I fully disagree with that all the way. What the hell going on? I'm not gonna say that I fully disagree with that all the way, because is he the same player that he was with the Chiefs in like his first 1 or 2 years with the Dolphins? I think he's just about the same. He maybe have, declined a little bit. You know what I'm saying? What is this, bro? But But I think if Tua can find a way to stay healthy, then we'll see Tyreek Hill more resemble the Tyreek Hill of 2 and 3 years ago. You dig? So AFC East, bam. I got the Bills winning that division. If Tua stay healthy, I got the Dolphins coming in second place. I guess I got to kind of do records because I'm going to be predicting who's going to make the playoffs and all that. So, but I'll come back to that. So I'll come back to that. So AFC East, I got the Bills winning that division. Right. All right. Let's go AFC North. Let's go AFC North. Got the game going on right here. AFC North. I'm going to say the Bengals going to win that division. I got the Bengals winning that division. I love Joe Burrow and I love Lamar Jackson. Those are probably my two favorite quarterbacks in the league outside of my own quarterback for my team, Brock Purdy. But it's to the Bengals. I'm going to say the Bengals are going to win that division this year. And I'm going to say they're going to do it. Hey, Chris, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say they're going to win 12 games. 11, 12 games. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give them 11. No, I'm going to give them 12. I'm going to give them 12. I'm going to give them 12. I'm going to give them 12 wins. And I got the Ravens coming in second in that division, and I'm going to give them 11 wins. Going to win that division over the Baltimore Ravens by 1 game. Okay? And then, you know, hey, the Steelers, I know they got Aaron Rodgers. He on his way out, though. You know what I'm saying? The Browns, do they, let me see, let me check. Browns, let me check their roster. See, it's going by. I don't want it to go by, man. I want it to go by depth chart, man. I mean, still got Deshaun Watson. Yep, they do. They do. So yeah. What the hell is going on? Well, live, bro. Time messages, all messages. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so AFC North, I got the Bengals winning that division. I just feel like with the Bengals, eventually, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's going to be time for, because they usually have slow starts. You know what I'm saying? They usually have slow starts. And so, you know, but I don't think they're going to start slow this year. And even if they do, it's all good. Like today I was watching First Take, and, you know, they was talking about if they lose their first 2 games this year, their season is over. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And they was talking about because the teams that they play the first 2 weeks are bad teams. They play the Jaguars, I believe, and then somebody else. And so they're trying to say for that reason, You know what I'm saying? But this same team, like I just like I don't. And then they're saying because the next two games that come after pause, the next two games that come after the first, I mean, or the next three, so basically, Ryan Clark was saying they start out the season with two teams that people are with the Jags and another team that is supposed to be a bad team. I forget who the other team is. So he's saying that they should win those two games. And if they don't win, the Ravens and whoever else, bro, like, just because you lose the first two games, if they were to lose the first two games, that don't mean the season is over. They could lose the first two games and then win the next four games. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, the Bengals, for whatever reason, in this Joe Burrow era, they have a tendency of starting slow and picking up as the season goes on. You know what I mean? Sometimes they start to pick up a little bit too late. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, you know what I mean? They start to pick it up, and they're able to make the playoffs. Now, they have missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. And that's another reason why I feel like they just gonna have a good year this year, barring injury. You gotta say that. You always gotta say that. You always gotta say that, and that goes for any team. Barring injury, if none of their key players, get hurt and are out for an extensive period of time, I'm taking the Bengals to win the AFC North over the Baltimore Ravens. I'm predicting that the Cincinnati Bengals will end the season with a record of 12-5, and that the Ravens will end the season with a record of 11-6. So I still got the Ravens making the playoffs. They just gonna have to make it as a wild card. You feel me? So, I don't see the Bengals missing the playoffs. I don't see the Bengals missing the playoffs 3 years in a row. My bad. Stream is tripping again. I may have to turn this off. Yeah, I don't see the Bengals missing the playoffs 3 years in a row, especially not with a quarterback like Joe Burrow. Chris said, I saw that, and it's just such a dumb take, because if you look at last season, all those games they lost were so close. They could have easily won them and got some better calls. On my mama. On my mama. Stephen A. be always on this thing about like what's going on in the offseason. What are they doing in the offseason? Why are they always starting out the season slow? It's just what happens, bro. Like, I mean, like trying to insinuate that they not preparing right or whatever. Nah, it's just the way it's been going for them. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, they start slow. You feel me? It is what it is. I gotta turn this off, bro. So, that's what that is. But yeah, I got the Bengals winning the AFC North. Ravens come in second. And then between the Browns and the Steelers, who knows? I think the Steelers, I don't know, they might be able to surprise some people. I don't know, but I gotta see it to believe it. You feel me? I gotta see it to believe it. I gotta turn this off, bro, because my fault. No, not that. Let me turn this off because it's slowing down my phone, bro. Turn that Android Auto shit off. All right. Okay, next we got the AFC South. So, AFC South. AFC South, we got the Texans, Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. I got the Houston Texans winning this division. Some of these divisions is just it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, nothing is just predictions. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna go with the Texans because they just seem like, you know, they're far and away the best team in that division. The Jaguars can surprise you. Who knows? You know what I mean? They made the playoffs a couple years ago, so you know, who knows? Titans. I ain't picking them to do nothing. I'm gonna say the Texans are going to win the division at 10-7. And I'm gonna say they're gonna end up with a record of 10-7 and win that division. The boy CJ, they quarterback CJ. What's his name? What's his name? Roster. CJ something. CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is a young whippersnapper, man. You know what I mean? He's gonna be going into his third year now. So, he a solid quarterback. So I'm picking the Texans to win the AFC South. I just think they're the best team in that division. And I'm gonna take the Colts to come in second in that division. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's gonna mean nothing, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna just say that they're gonna come in second. You know what I mean? The Jaguars, I know they had a good little run of it a couple years ago, but I gotta, they gotta show me. You know what I'm saying? I know they got the boy come on, bro. Y'all niggas got me going today. I ain't trying to go to they damn roster. What's their quarterback name? They do got, I forgot. They got the rookie Travis Hunter. I forgot they got Travis Hunter. Oh, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Yeah, they got Trevor Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he getting paid like a top 10 quarterback, you know what I mean? Top 5, top 10 quarterback, but I need to see him play like that. You feel me? So yeah, you know, the Jags could surprise you. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go with the Texans to come in first in that division and win it. The Colts to come in second place. The Jaguars are coming third, and the Titans, they just straight up, you know what I mean, butt cheeks, fam. Straight big nut cheeks. You know what I'm talking about? All right, AFC West. AFC West. Okay. We got the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers. I mean, you know, until further notice, bruh, I'm just gonna go on and pick the Chiefs to win that division. You know what I mean? You can't sleep on the Broncos and you can't sleep on the Chargers at all. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I refuse to do it. But I refuse to do it, but you know, until further notice, you know what I'm saying? Until the Kansas City Chiefs show me otherwise, I got to roll with the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson going against Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I got them to win the Super Bowl, but I got, you know, I got them winning that division. You know what I mean? I have no other reason to pick anybody else. Although the last 2 years, the Kansas City Chiefs offense hasn't been as potent, as high-powered, they still got Patrick Mahomes. They still won 15 games last year. Even though a lot of their games was hella close and down to the end, and they got some damn calls. We all know they get them calls. Okay. We all know Kansas City Chiefs be getting some favorable calls. For sure. But nonetheless, they still got Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. They still got Andy Reid at head coach. They still won 15 games last year. And they still played in the Super Bowl last year. So, until further notice, I got to roll with the Kansas City Chiefs to win that division. I mean, that's just smart. You know what I'm saying? Now, to challenge them and come in second place in that division, I could say the Chargers, I could say the Broncos. You know what I mean? Because, see, the one thing about the Chargers is they got my favorite coach, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is one of the greatest football coaches, I damn near want to say of all time, but definitely of this era. He's one of the greatest football coaches, bro. He's one of the best at it. Jim Harbaugh know how to coach some damn football, okay? Everywhere he's been, the team has been successful, and he's made the team better than what they were, okay? He started out with at San Diego State with the Aztecs, okay? And made them a formidable, okay? Because he did so well there, he ended up getting the job as the head coach of the Stanford Cardinals, okay? Turned them into a powerhouse for that era, okay? He had Andrew Luck as his quarterback. That was that era. Okay. Andrew Luck was his quarterback. He had Richard Sherman over there. Richard Sherman wasn't a defensive back, though. He was a wide receiver. I want to say he coached Christian McCaffrey too. I'm not 100% sure about that. Christian McCaffrey was at Stanford too. But either way, I'm from Stanford. I'm from Palo Alto. You know what I'm saying? East Palo Alto to be exact. And Stanford is known as like, it's one of the most prestigious universities, not just in the country, in the world. So Stanford is known for having like geeks and nerds. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he was able to turn the Stanford Cardinal football program into an actual formidable like program just shows how dope of a coach that he is. Because when he was there, I mean, they had a power running game. And they didn't win a national championship or nothing like that, but they were always like one of the top 10 ranked teams in the league in college football. Up under Jim Harbaugh. Okay. Then he did so well there that he got hired as the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, mind you, he took over a 49ers team that the year before and the previous years before god awful. I'm absolutely god awful. I'm telling you right now, I'm a 49er fan. I know this. Okay, Mike Singletary was the head coach. Before him, it was Mike Nolan. Before him, it was Dennis Erickson. Right. We were god awful. But we always had a good front seven on defense, meaning a great defensive line and a great linebacker core. Okay. Not only that, Alex Smith was our quarterback. Now, if you know anything about Alex Smith, his first 6-7 years in the league, I'm talking about for where he was drafted at. For one, he came out the same year as Aaron Rodgers, and he was the #1 draft pick. Aaron Rodgers slipped all the way down. I forgot where he got picked at, but he slipped in the first round. And we all know what Aaron Rodgers ended up becoming. But the 49ers could have had Aaron Rodgers. They drafted Alex Smith. Alex Smith was known as a bust before Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh gets hired and immediately turns Alex Smith into like a solid, credible, you know what I mean, a quarterback. It was a what's the word? It was a I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Okay? I don't know how he did it, but he did it. So he was able to take a quarterback that was considered a bust and looked like he just couldn't figure the NFL game out and he turned him, Alex Smith, into a quarterback that was good enough to take us to the NFC Championship game his very first year. Jim Harbaugh's very first year. Okay. And so, and like I said, the previous year, the 49ers won like 5 or 6 games, bro. Like the previous 3 or 4 years, the team was god awful. Okay, I'm talking about, 5-win seasons, 6-win seasons, 7-win seasons. But we, like I said, we always had a good front seven. We always had we always had a good run defense. We just was never able to put it together offensively, and our secondary was always just horrible. You feel me? Secondary was just like, I mean, it was like me and you was out there at cornerback and safety. Like it was just absolutely, it was all bad. And as soon as Jim Harbaugh got the job, we immediately went to the NFC Championship. Okay. If it wasn't for Butterfingers, little Kyle Williams, okay, in the 2011 NFC Championship game, we more than likely would have went to the Super Bowl that year and played the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Okay. But we ended up losing to the Giants because Kyle Williams kept fumbling the damn ball. The next year, his second year, we go all the way to the Super Bowl. Lose to the Ravens. His third year, we go back to the NFC Championship game and lose to the Seahawks. They go on to win the Super Bowl by blowing out the Broncos. So I say all that to say, and then his last year, Jim Harbaugh's last year with the Niners, they ended out the season 8-8, so he never had a losing season. And at one point of the year, we was 5-3, and we just ended out the year bad. But it was a lot of turmoil going on between the head coach, Jim Harbaugh, and the front office. And they made a mistake in firing him. Okay. The owner, Jed York, basically chose the general manager, Trent Baalke, over Jim Harbaugh, and that was a mistake. And Jed York heard about it too, because we was flaming his ass on Twitter. I'm talking about in the local sports media, we was flaming his ass. Okay. But he learned from his lesson. He learned his lesson. He didn't immediately get it right. This fool fired Jim Harbaugh and then hired Jim Tom Sula. Like just stupid. Then hired Chip Kelly. Then end up getting it right and hiring Kyle Shanahan, which is where we at now. The Hunters say, who is your favorite team? My team is the Niners. My favorite team is the Niners. But I say all that to say, because I'm talking about the AFC West, I say all that to say that even though I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs to win that division, okay, even though I'm picking the Chiefs to win that division, I would not be surprised at all if I'm wrong and if the Chargers win the division, because they got a great head coach, Jim Harbaugh, and they got a great quarterback. Now, the quarterback, Justin Herbert, he definitely got the talent. The talent is there, no doubt. He just got to figure out a way to. He's got to figure out a way for his talent to show when it's supposed to show in big games. You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm picking the Chiefs to win the AFC West, but, you know, simply because they're the Chiefs and they have earned the right for me to give them that respect. But I'm not going to be surprised if the Chargers is on their heels. And then the Broncos, you know, they kind of, you know, ended the year, the second half of last year with a little bit of motion. You know what I'm saying? Sean Payton as the head coach, Bo Nix and all that. So we'll see what happens there. But, you know, with their young quarterback, Bo Nix and all that, I gotta see it again. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know everybody, you know, I'm seeing people speak more highly of them than negative. You know, I see people giving, you know, talking about the Broncos like, you know, they're headed in the right direction type shit. You know what I'm saying? And all that. But, you know, I need to see it again. I'm not just finna you know what I mean, jump on the bandwagon like, oh yeah, the Broncos and Bo Nix. And nah, I need to see Bo Nix have another solid year. You feel me? And then I'll be willing to say, okay, that the Broncos got themselves a for sure quarterback, and that they may be able to do some things in the near future. I just got to see it play out. You know what I mean? So that's the AFC for me. AFC East, I got the Bills winning that division. AFC North, I got the Bengals winning that division, slightly over the Ravens. AFC South, I got the Houston Texans winning that division. And AFC West, I got the Chiefs winning that division, slightly over the Chargers. Okay? Now, let's go to the NFC. Okay? I'm looking at this Dallas-Philadelphia game. Dallas getting the ball back now. 3 minutes to go. Dak Prescott getting the ball. They down 20-24 or 24-20, whatever. Let's see what Dak Prescott can do. But, okay. NFC East. Let's start with the NFC East. So you got one of those games going on right now between the Cowboys and Eagles. So NFC East, we got the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, and Commanders. Okay. The Hunters say it would be cool if the Commanders have another great season this year. I would love it. I would love it because I love that quarterback, and I'm finna talk about that. I'm finna talk about him a little bit. But NFC East, this is hard because I know everybody want to pick the Eagles. You know, but you know, you just don't know. You know what I mean? And for the longest there, I don't know if this streak has been snapped, but for the longest there in the NFC East, no team had won the division in back-to-back years in like some years. So like I said, I don't know if that streak is still going to where every year there's a different team out of that division that wins the division. I believe the Eagles won the division last year. I may be wrong about that though. I know they won the Super Bowl, but it might have been the Commanders. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know the year before that, the Cowboys won 12 games. You know what I'm saying? So The NFC East is a tough division. The only team out of that division that, is suspect is the New York Giants. But every other team, all three other teams, the Cowboys, Eagles, and Commanders, are great teams. I feel like the only reason why the Cowboys were where they were last year was because this guy right here, Dak Prescott, missed over half the season. You know what I'm saying? People forget the year before that, the year before last year, in 2023, Dak Prescott finished second in MVP voting. So Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? If he finds a way to stay healthy, the Cowboys should win at least 10 games this year. 10, 11, maybe 12 games. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles are the defending champions. Definitely can't count them out. Oh, my gosh. This boy Dak Prescott almost threw it. Right when I'm saying that, this boy almost threw an interception. See? These are the moments where Dak Prescott, now, as I'm talking about the NFC East, this game is on. These are the moments where, bro, you got to show up. Like what's going on there, bro? You just threw that up there. It's like he just, you know what I mean? It's like he just dropped back, closed his eyes, and just threw it up there. This is when they need you, Dak. Okay, first down. First down. This one you got to perform, Dak. That's a hell of a catch. That's a hell of a catch. They say that boy Pickens is. They said he one of the illest receivers in the league. Lightweight, underrated. You feel me? Oh, he going for it all. See, like, bro. See, I just, these be the moments, bro. It'd be hard to trust Dak, bro, because, okay, you got to step on him, but if you, see, I can't blame Dak. I can't blame Dak. This boy, CeeDee Lamb dropped the ball. Bro, CeeDee Lamb, come on, dude. 30 million a year, 35 million a year. Nah, Dak Prescott put the ball right where it was supposed to be. Damn, bro. Like, he's throwing it in the tight coverage though. But that last play, that was on CeeDee Lamb. That's on you, boy. You supposed to catch that. See, the Cowboys, they problem is they don't do well when it matters most. And that's why Stephen A always be on some accident waiting to happen type ish. You feel me? Because just like at the end of this game, they've been playing well the whole game. Now you got this moment right here where you absolutely got to have it in order to win. Now you got Dak throwing almost interceptions. You got CeeDee Lamb dropping the ball. You know what I mean? It's similar to what they do in seasons. Okay? Before last year, come on, dude. What's going on, man? Come on, bro. Now all of a sudden, here we go. Right when the game getting good, you know what I'm saying? Now this, but whatever. But with the Cowboys, similar to what they do in seasons, like in throughout the course of a season. Before last year, before Dak got hurt and wasn't able to play the entire season, or more than half the season. The previous 3 years under Mike McCarthy, each of those 3 years, they had won 12 games. So they played well all throughout the season, winning 12 games, and then get to the playoffs and don't do nothing. Just like this moment right here. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing well all game for the most part, and then you get to the end of the game in a big moment when you got to have it, and nobody's there to be found. Okay, 4th and 3. What's gonna happen? Oh my gosh, that's not gonna get it. Look, he dropped it again. CeeDee Lamb, bro, like he dropped it again, bro. For one, if I'm the Cowboys, bro, I just try to get the first down, bro. Like, why you trying to do all of that, bro? It's 4th and 3. Just get 3 yards. Look. 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 This boy dropped the ball again, boy. Yo, look, use a bum. Use a bum. Use a bum. Getting paid all this money. $35 million a year, bro. You feel me? And $35 million a year and dropping the ball in the biggest moment. See, that's the reason why, that reason right there, for stuff like that, that's the reason why Jerry Jones didn't want to pay Michael Parsons. He's like, bro, what I'm gonna keep breaking the bank for? I'm paying all these people, all these players, all this money, and then they either end up getting hurt or they end up not showing up when we need them to show up the most. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nah, I'm not finna keep breaking the bank. You know what I'm saying? For mediocre results. The Hunters say that's crazy. That's crazy that the Cowboys traded Michael Parsons. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's he's a great player. I just don't think like what the Green Bay Packers are paying him. So like I said, I've been saying this. A player is worth whatever a team decides to pay them. So whatever they decide to pay you, that's what you work. But still, like at the end of the day, $47 million a year for a pass rusher that hadn't showed up in the biggest moments, I just don't believe that he's a $47 million a year defensive player. I just don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Not me. So yeah, you know, it was crazy to trade him, I guess, you know what I mean? But I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are in the long run going to come out the victor. You know what I'm saying? In this trade, because paying Micah Parsons all that money, I don't think it's not going to make like I don't see the results being, if I'm gonna pay you $47 million a year, dog, you need to be getting to the quarterback. Like, hey, I mean, you need to be. And then they talking about, they comparing this dude to Lawrence Taylor. Fuck out of here. You know damn Lawrence Taylor. The the Hunters says Minnesota Vikings are so unlucky where Justin Jefferson got hurt. Where Justin Jefferson got hurt? I ain't heard about that. But yeah, nah, man. Micah Parsons, they comparing this dude to Lawrence Taylor. Now, like I said, he is a great player. He's an all-pro player. Okay. I'm just saying for the money that he was asking for, I don't think that it was worth paying him all that money when you've already seen that, okay, yeah, throughout the regular season, he can get a few sacks or whatever, but he's a great player, man. So I don't want to make it seem like, I don't want to sound like I'm saying he's not a great player, but he's not just a game wrecker like that. You need a game wrecker, $47 million a year, bro. You need to be a game wrecker when we need you to be that. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. The Hunter said, yeah, his leg or something in that area, though. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna look that up right now. But yeah, nah, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that I'm saying Micah Parsons don't deserve to be paid. Yeah, he deserved to be paid, but $47 million a year, bro. Like, I just don't see that level of, like, you gotta be disruptive. Like I'm talking about, my nigga, like you need to be getting 20 sacks or more a year. You know what I'm saying? F12. You feel me? I need 20 sacks every year. And you need to show up in the playoffs. In 4 total playoff games in his career, he only got 1 sack. In four playoff games. That's not $47 million a year. And he not good on run defense. So yeah, nah. But as far as that division, man, I don't know who to give it to, man. NFC East, I'm going to give the division to I want to say the Commanders. I really want to give it to the Commanders. It's just that, so my thing with the Washington Commanders, bro, is that they got a great young quarterback in Jada Daniels. Everybody knows this. However, I've watched enough football, you know, in my life to just know, man, like Jada Daniels, like he's being predicted to be an MVP candidate this year. You know what I'm saying? Like he might, you know, win an MVP. And my thing is just like, I need to see it again. I love the young brother. Love the fact that he had he had a great year last year, and that the Washington Commanders ended up in the NFC Championship game last year. Like, that was on nobody's card at the beginning of the year last year. If you would have told me at the start of the 2024 season that the Washington Commanders are going to be playing in the NFC Championship game with a rookie quarterback, I would have laughed at your ass. Straight up. And 99.9% of football fans would have laughed at you too. No doubt. But he proved all of us wrong. Yeah, man. Okay, so the Eagles pulled it out 24-20. Let me hear what they saying.
Kind of, one he couldn't come up with before that final drive. These are uncharacteristic plays from CeeDee Lamb that, he normally makes, and he had a pretty good night for a dart.
Yeah, I mean, CeeDee had over 100, and he played really well, but that one there, that could have been an interception.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb had a good game overall.
9 times out of 100.
But he didn't show up when he was supposed to.
I mean, he's had a phenomenal
He had
career.
2 big drops on that last drive that could have extended the drive and helped him get the win.
500 plus career receptions. Took CD 82 games after his 7
And so
100.
And so this is what Jerry Jones is talking about. You know what I mean? This is why Jerry Jones is like, I've been paying people, man. I gotta stop paying people, man. Because I'll keep paying people and then they get their money and then they don't show up.
And as you can see by the sign behind us, the NFL season officially kicked off just hours ago. A little bit of a weird first game between 2 NFC East foes, but nonetheless,
you know what I'm saying?
we made it. We have a winner. Philadelphia Eagles kind of picking up where they left.
So the Eagles are 1-0. The Cowboys 0-1. NFC East is tough, man. I'm gonna say the Commanders gonna win the NFC East. I'm gonna say the Commanders is gonna win the NFC East. I'm gonna say that. Yes, that's what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? I gotta go out on a limb on some of these picks. I can't just pick. You know what I mean? Anybody could just say, "Oh, the Eagles gonna win the division." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on step out there. I'm gonna go and put my neck out there. You feel me? As my pops would say, rest in peace to him. I'm gonna stick my neck out there and go on and say the Commanders gonna win that division. And who's gonna come in second? I don't know. Either the Eagles or the Cowboys. Eagles or the Cowboys. But I'm gonna say the Commanders gonna win that division. Okay, let's go NFC North. NFC North. Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings. Okay. I got the Lions winning that division. Squeaking out the Packers. I'm going to say the Lions are going to win that division. See, everybody, I'm not saying people aren't. Nigga tired. I'm not saying that people aren't. That people think the Lions are going to be trash this year or whatever, but I don't think people are as high on the Lions coming into this year as they were going into last year. But they essentially still got the same team. And I'm going to just put my money on the Lions. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say the Lions going to win the division. And I think now that the Packers have Micah Parsons, I think they're being a little bit overrated. You know what I'm saying? I think they're being a little bit overrated. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever they do is like their quarterback, Jordan Love, is going to be the determining factor of that. Not Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons can contribute to it. You know what I mean? But it's going to be all about what the quarterback do and what Jordan Love do. And Jordan Love, he got to show me that he ain't going to make mistakes and throw interceptions in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pick the Lions to win the NFC North. And I'm going to pick the Packers to be second place in that division. You got the Vikings and you got the Bears. You know, the Bears got Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? He's solid, but you know, I'm just not a full believer in the Bears like that. You know what I mean? Like some teams are teams that just have to show me. You know what I mean? I think the Bears can be on the cusp of doing something dope, but I gotta see it. I think top to bottom, the Packers have a better roster than the Bears. And, you know, Caleb Williams is still a young quarterback. This is going to be his second year. You know what I mean? So I'm not, you know, he's still growing into what the quarterback position needs to be in the NFL. But, you know, we want to see Caleb Williams take that next step up, you know what I mean? And see if he's able to actually put the team on his back. Rambo. What's going on with Rambo? The Hunter said the Giants have a good quarterback, Jackson Dart. Okay. I know who he is. I've heard of his name. I'm not too familiar with him. Is he a rookie? Is Jackson Dart a rookie? The Hunter said throwing to Malik Neighbors. See, yeah, I need to dissect some of these other teams a little bit more because Jackson Dart, I've heard of him. You know what I'm saying? I've heard his name. I'm not sure if he's a rookie or not. Let me know if he's a rookie. I thought he was a rookie this year. But I've definitely heard of Jackson Dart. But the Malik Neighbors, yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. So yeah, NFC North, I'm gonna give it to the Detroit Lions. I'm gonna say Detroit Lions gonna win that division. Packers gonna come in second place. Vikings, okay, let me look up what you were saying about Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson injury. Okay. Well, he got a hamstring injury, but it does look like he's going to play. It says Minnesota Vikings Justin Jefferson to play week 1 with hamstring injury. So he got a little injury, but he's going to play. So he's not out. But I heard Shannon Sharp, since watching Shannon Sharp on TV and, you know, online for the past however many years, you feel me? I've heard him say, you know, Shannon Sharp got a lot of quotes and quotables and stuff like that. But one of the quotables that I've heard him say that I agree with, but you know, one of the quotes that I've heard him say before, somewhat on a regular basis, if you watch him enough, that I agree with, is when he said, when he says, if you limp into the season, you're gonna limp out. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. You know what I mean? So if you start the season hurt with an injury, the injury is not gonna miraculously get better over the course of the year. The only way an injury can get better is by you staying off of it, not playing, and just letting your injury heal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to get, just because he's playing, the injury is not going to get better. So that's good. You know what I mean? It's a good thing that he's sucking it up, toughing it out, and he going to play through it. But I totally agree with Shannon. If you limp into the season, you're going to limp out. You know what I'm saying? You can't start the season hurt and then think you're going to get healthy as the season goes along. You feel me? Especially NFL football. Like, it don't work like that. So that's already not a good look for the Minnesota Vikings starting off this season. So, yeah. Yeah, I got them finishing either last or second to last in that division. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm eager to see JJ McCarthy. I guess he's second year now, but he's essentially going to still be a rookie because he didn't play last year. He got hurt I believe in preseason last year. JJ McCarthy, the quarterback from the Michigan Wolverines. They won a Super Bowl, won the national championship 2 years ago with Jim Harbaugh. So, yeah. I'm eager to see JJ McCarthy. You feel me? Sizzle, what's going on? What's going on, my boy? I'm just giving my little predictions or whatnot, you know what I mean, for the season. So yeah. But outside of that, you know, the Vikings, they not off to a good start with if Justin Jefferson is hurt starting the season. You feel me? You ain't gonna get healthy as the season go along. So he gonna have to maintain that the whole year. You feel me? We'll see how it go. Kyle Khan Shano say Dak doesn't have it mentally, man. I'll say this. And what I just seen at the end of that game, that's on CD Lamb. He had 2 drops. He had 2 big drops. Dak Prescott put it right there in his breadbasket. Right there. Right there. You feel me? And CD Lamb dropped it. So I don't put that game on Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? I know it's the thing to do to blame the quarterback, and you know what I mean, especially with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott get a lot of blame and stuff like that, but you know, CD Lamb had a good game overall, but when you need him most, he wasn't there. He was dropping the ball. He had 2 big drops on that last drive. You feel me? So, and both of those drops, Dak Prescott put it right there. Now, maybe that second drop, it was a little bit too, you know what I mean? You would have loved for him to, you would have loved for Dak Prescott, you would have loved for him to kind of like teardrop it up in there so that he wouldn't have to dive for it. But nonetheless, CeeDee Lamb dove for the ball and it hit him right in his hands. It hit him in his hands and went through his arms. So you a professional football player. You a professional wide receiver. This is what you do. You're supposed to be one of the best in the world at doing this. You get paid $35 million a year. The ball hits your hands, you need to catch it. It is what it is. So I don't put that on Dak. You feel me? Bruce Ferrero say, fly, Eagles, fly. Y'all did y'all thing. Jalen Hurts look good. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts look good. And Cam Newton gonna have to recant on that Jalen Hurts ain't a top 10 quarterback take. I don't even know why he would say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not 10 quarterbacks in the league better than Jalen Hurts. They're just not. I actually have him as the 5th best quarterback in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Jerry Jones was just talking. I just missed Jerry Jones talking. I like to hear Jerry talk. NFC South. We got the Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A division that's kind of mediocre. You feel me? Bruce Farrell said first game's always tough. No doubt. No doubt. The Hunters say, I wish that the Cardinals do good this year. I'll get to them in a minute. But NFC South, for whatever reason, the Saints seem like they always come into every year with people being like, oh, well, look out for the Saints. Look out for the Saints. And then they don't do nothing. But, yeah, this is a mediocre division right here. I'm going to give it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just give it to Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield, the career resurgence year last year, got the new deal, got the, you know what I mean? Got the little new contract or whatever. And I think Baker was a Pro Bowler last year. Like, Baker Mayfield played well last year after all of the shenanigans and everything that happened in Cleveland. You know what I mean? So the Panthers, I think they still got quarterback issues. The Falcons, I just don't think they're good. You know what I'm saying? And the Saints, I don't know. I'm just picking the Buccaneers over the Saints to win the division in the NFC South. You know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield is solid. And I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the best quarterback in that division. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Who is the Saints quarterback? Look at their roster. Oh, is they going with that gadget boy? I'm trying to find. I don't even know who their damn quarterback is. Let me see. I wish the Cardinals do good this year. Tyler Shue. Oh, Spencer Rattler. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Spencer Rattler, I believe, is their starting quarterback. And yeah, I don't trust that at all. I don't trust that. Sorry, Saints. They ain't gonna be able to do it, big dog. Panthers. Who's the Falcons quarterback? Kyle Canshino said Cleveland is going to suck. Oh, my mama. Everybody know it. Cleveland straight butt cheeks, man. Ain't nobody checking for Cleveland. Now, we would like to see Shedeur. You know what I'm saying? We would like to see Shedeur. Go on, throw him on up in there. Okay, Kirk Cousins is the Atlanta Falcons quarterback. Yeah, I ain't really Kirk Cousins, he had his time. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to sleep on him, though. Like, he can't have a good year this year, but Kirk Cousins, your good days is behind you, player. All right, now we got the NFC West. The division with my team, the San Francisco 49ers. So we got the Arizona Cardinals, we got the LA Rams, we got the San Francisco 49ers, we got the Seattle Seahawks. I'm just gonna come out and say it point blank. I don't give a damn if everybody think I'm a homer and I'm just whatever. I don't give a damn. The Niners, we gonna win the division. Yeah, barring injury, as long as Christian McCaffrey ain't out an extended period of time, or Brock Purdy don't get hurt, you know what I mean, or you know what I mean. We have a key injury to a key player at the wrong time. The Niners should win the division. So I'm picking the San Francisco 49ers to win our division. Straight up. Straight up. Look at our roster real quick. Platinum Joe say Steelers going to eat this year. I don't know if I agree with that one, Platinum Joe. I don't know if I agree with that one. You know what I'm saying? They could surprise some people. You know, Mike Tomlin is a great coach. You know what I'm saying? I just think Aaron Rodgers is over the hill, man. You know what I'm saying? He over the hill. And everybody want to talk about, oh, well, yeah, the Jets had a bad year last year, but if you go look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers, he didn't play. He really did. His numbers say he didn't really play he didn't really play that bad. He actually played pretty solid. Yeah, well, guess what? The thing is, I got eyes. And I actually watch the games. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story of, like, what actually happened in the game. Okay? I was able to watch the games. Aaron Rodgers wasn't good last year. So I don't give a damn what the stats say. You feel me? Now, you put him together on a team, on a Pittsburgh Steelers team with a head coach like Mike Tomlin that just somehow finds a way to get wins, and they have one of the, if not the best defensive player in the league in TJ Watt. I'm not just going to 100% count him out, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he's past his time, man. Everybody in the chat, give your boy a like one time. Kyle can send us Aaron Rodgers took too much of that shit, been tripping. Yeah, they say he be off shrooms and all type of psychedelic drugs, and you know what I mean? Like, he just, yeah, boy, your ass tripping. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is he cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. Let me see what this idiot got to say about spitting on.
What was it like watching the rest of the game?
It was intense for me. You know, I wanted to be out there with the guys so bad, and just to support and help, even just standing on the sideline. But you know, things went how it went. You know, we just got to move on. And I've made a promise to them boys it won't happen again.
We'll do a couple more. Are you worried you might be suspended? Are you worried you might be suspended?
I get that text or that call, and by that conversation, then we'll handle it as then.
Jalen, when it happened, were you like in a fit of rage, or what was your?
No, I was calm. You know, I walked off the field calmly. I was not mad. You know, that's pretty much. I couldn't really do nothing else. You know, the rep decision is the rep decision.
This fool got himself suspended for the game because he committed a disgusting, despicable act. You know what I'm saying? By spitting on another player. He spit on Dak Prescott just because they was, going back and forth or whatever. Why you spitting on niggas, man? Like what? Like they ain't finna let that rock, and you did it right in front of right in front of the referee. He's standing right here. You feel me? You gonna spit on this man for what, bro? Like I said, these NFL players. The theme of tonight is NFL players are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, fam. Off the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just stupid. You got yourself suspended for the game. You could have hurt you hurt your team. Now, luckily, they got the win. You could have hurt them more. You know what I'm saying? And it's a possibility you might get suspended next game. And you probably should. Because spitting on people, man, is no excuse for that, bro. You can't be out here spitting on people just because y'all trash talking and have a little moment back and forth. Like, nah, bro, we not doing that, bro. That's disgusting. You got to have more control over yourself than that, man. You just do. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here spitting on people, man. So, yeah. CD Lamb talking.
A little bit of both.
What did you like about the first half of the team?
You don't win the game in the first half. You don't win the game in the first half.
What are your thoughts on the offense in general and the way it performed tonight?
We put up a nice, we had a couple stretches where we were looking like the team that we were supposed to, and then we ended up turning the ball over, having drops, and for example, all of them, honestly. And I just feel like we have so much more room for improvement, and we can definitely be the team that we want to be. Just put our head down and continue to work.
We know you're going to be hard on yourself, but can you look past that to see just how promising the offense looked?
I will look past it, but right now I'm definitely going to look at this film and dread every drop. That's for sure.
You think playing in the preseason would help at all?
Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Okay, okay, so yeah, he should have dropped that. But okay, the Hunter said talk about the Cardinals. Okay, so since I'm on the NFC West right now, all right, so this is my thing. I'm a Niner fan. We had a down year last year. We had injuries. And we just had a down year last year. You know what I'm saying? Mainly because of injuries. So I truly feel like, and we lost a few players. Okay, we don't got Deebo Samuel no more. That's a big loss. Okay, Dre Greenlaw, even though he was out the majority of the year last year anyway, because he tore his Achilles tendon in the Super Bowl the previous year, so he basically missed the whole year last year. He actually probably came back a little early. But we lost him. But we still have a great roster. You know what I'm saying? We got our quarterback, Christian McCaffrey. All C-Mac got to do is stay healthy. C-Mac stay healthy for the majority of the season. He gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna do Christian McCaffrey kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my charger. We got our fullback still. All-pro fullback. You know, Kyle Juszczyk. Now, I know if people might say, well, fullback, man, fullback. For us, the Niners, we still use a fullback, like an intricate part of the offense. You know what I mean? Whether it's lead blocking, you know what I mean, or catching passes out of the backfield. You know what I mean? Other teams may not use a typical fullback nowadays, how the fullback was used, years ago, but the Niners still do. So, and he's an all-pro fullback. He's one of the best to do it. So we still got him. We got the best tight end in the league, George Kittle. In my opinion, he's the best tight end in the league, all-pro. We still got one of the top 2 or 3 left tackles in the league. Trent Williams. Now, he's an older offensive lineman. He's an older left tackle. I think he's 36 or 37 now, but he's still one of the best to do it. Daniel Sports Highlight, what's going on, my boy? We still got Brandon Ayuk. Now, Brandon Ayuk is going to be out until week 6, 7, or 8. You know what I'm saying? But and when he comes back, it's probably going to, obviously, you know what I mean? He would have been out for a whole year to a year and a half. So it's going to take him a little while to kind of, you know what I mean, catch back up under him and you know what I mean, get back accustomed to the speed of the game and all that, you know what I'm saying? But if Brandon Ayuk could come back week 6, 7, or 8 and for the remainder of the year stay healthy and be 70 to 80% of the player that he was before he got hurt, we can use that. You know what I'm saying? We got the young boy, Ricky Pearsall. You feel me? Going into his second year now. You know what I mean? Receiver. You know what I mean? So that's the offense. So we still got all pros and great players on offense. Then defense, we still got Nick Bosa, one of the best pass rushers in the league. We still got Fred Warner, the best inside linebacker in the league. And we got Deommodore Lenoir, one of the top 3 to 5 cornerbacks in the league. So the Niners, to me, and then our head coach is Kyle Shanahan. If not the best coach in the league, definitely one of the top 3 coaches in the league, period, point blank. That cannot be disputed. So, and then at the receiver position, I forget Jawan Jennings, third in Jawan. You feel me? So, I say all that to say that last year was just a down year, but because we had injuries at key positions. Okay. And then it would sometimes be when we would get somebody back, then another player would go down type shit. You know what I'm saying? But if we're blessed with health for most of the year, the Niners should win the NFC West. So I'm picking the 49ers, my San Francisco 49ers, to win the NFC West division. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm gonna do. That's just what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at the roster here. Yeah, man, we solid. Nick Bosa, Jair Brown, Spencer Burford, Jordan Elliott, Khalil Davis, and Renardo Green. Oh, and then we just traded for old boy from the Commanders, as assurance to back up the running back, as assurance to back up Christian McCaffrey in case he does get banged up. You feel me? Jawan Jennings, Kyle Juszczyk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Ricky Pearsall, Brock Purdy, Fred Warner, Trent Williams, D. Winters, linebacker D. Winters. I forgot about him. Oh, we got Eli Apple. I ain't even know that. So, yeah, Brandon Ayuk, Malik Mustafa. So, the Niners coming off that Super Bowl a couple years ago, you know, we had some injuries last year. Now this year, so if we're blessed with health, we should do well this year, okay? Because we still have all-pro players damn near at every position. Not only that, our record is a little, our schedule is a little easier this year. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a down year last year. So, you know what I mean? Our schedule is a little easier. Not easy. Ain't no easy for sure wins. You know, no easy schedules in the league. But it's a bit easier. You know what I'm saying? So I got the 49ers winning the NFC West. I see us winning 11, 12 games this year. You know what I'm saying? And then, so, the Hunter said, I think the New York Giants have potential. I gotta do a little bit more research on them. Also, somebody in the chat mentioned, the quarterback for the New York Giants earlier. I heard his name, and I was asking, is he a rookie? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll see. You know, like the Giants is one of those teams that they got to show me. You know what I'm saying? They coming off of bad years. You know, a few bad years in a row. So, but you know how I go. You know how I go in the NFL. You never know. Because I just got through talking about the NFC East and going into last year. Nobody would have thought that the Washington Commanders would have been in the NFC Championship game last year. So you're right. You know what I'm saying? You never know. The Giants might, you know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You never know. They might got some action. Because like I said, every year it's always a team or two that kind of shocks and surprises everybody. You feel me? So, but like I said, I still got to see it. But yeah, the Niners, I got them winning the division. In second place, so the Rams is gonna be tough. They got a solid team overall. You know what I mean? Matthew Stafford, they won a Super Bowl a few years ago, 2021 season. They got a great head coach. They don't got Aaron Donald no more. But you know, the football world is high on, Jackson Dart. Okay. The Hunter said Jackson Dart. Is Jackson Dart a rookie? Did he just get drafted? Or is this going to be his second year? Let me know. I heard of his name before, but I'm not too familiar with him like that. You know what I'm saying? I do know he's a young player. Okay, so he is a rookie. Okay. So, I mean, you know, hey, look at Jaden Daniels last year. Rookie quarterback came in, took the league by storm. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows? Jackson Dart may be able to do the same thing. You feel me? But, so, with the NFC West, second place in the NFC West, I'm going to give it to the Rams. I know the Hunters, I I know you asking about the Cardinals and all of that, and they not to be slept on. They not to be slept on. You know what I'm saying? Kyler Murray and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's just always something with the Arizona Cardinals that's just like, even when it seems like they're going to be a good team, they can't never get over the hump type shit. You feel me? So, I mean, I don't know what, let me see. Oh, James Conner. Okay. James Conner. Yeah, they got, James Conner. So, I mean, who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? Who knows what team is going to be the team that shocks and surprises this year. But, I mean, let me look at their roster real quick. Let me see. Let me see. Buda Baker. Safety, Buda Baker. Offensive tackle, Kelvin Beachum. Jacoby Brissett is a backup quarterback. Calais Campbell. Oh, damn, Calais Campbell is still playing? Goodness gracious. This boy just won't retire. He going into his 18th year. Calais Campbell is I'm talking about, goodness gracious. Running back, James Conner. Yeah, so, but yeah, with the Cardinals, I don't expect nothing major. You know what I mean? Just the normal. With the Cardinals, I expect 17 games in a season. I expect 8-9, 9-8. You know what I mean, or something like that. You know what I mean, 7-10, and anywhere between 7 and 9 wins. That's what I expect from the Cardinals. Nothing special. Nothing special at all. That's just me. I could be wrong. You dig? The Hunter said, always have something wrong with your team, like her players. What you mean by that? I'm confused on that one. Always have something wrong with your team, like her players. I don't know if you meant to say something else. So yeah, yeah. So I got the Niners winning the NFC West. I'm gonna say the Rams. I got the Niners winning the NFC West with 11 or 12 wins. I'm gonna say the Rams gonna come in second place. I think it might be a tough division in the NFC West. Between the Rams and the Niners. You know what I'm saying? If the Niners do win the division, I'm not saying they're gonna blow the doors off the division. I just think that what I'm saying, they're going to the division. If they're able to stay healthy for the most part. And then I'm gonna say the Rams gonna come in second place. I'll get the Rams you know, 9 or 10 wins. You know what I mean? And then you got the Cardinals and the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks, you can't sleep on them either. I can't sleep on them either because they got the Seahawks quarterback, Geno Smith. He's been playing well like the last couple years. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just been playing like no bum ass quarterback. So if Geno Smith, Geno Smith he not with the Seahawks no more. I'm tripping. Geno Smith, I believe, is with the Raiders, ain't he? Yeah. Who's their Let me see. Okay, they got Sam Darnold and Drew Lock and Jalen Milroe. So yeah, that right there. Yeah. That right there. Yeah, okay, yeah, Hunters, he with the Raiders. So that right there, yeah, nah, that right there I just changed my mind on the Seahawks. Yeah, they ain't finna do nothing. They ain't finna do a damn thing. You feel me? So, all right, so the division winners I got in the AFC East, I got the Bills. The AFC North, I got the Cincinnati Bengals. The AFC South, I got the Houston Texans. In the AFC West, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. So now I got to pick 3 wild card spots. So one of the wild card spots for the AFC definitely going to be the Ravens, because I got the Bengals winning the AFC North, but barely, only by 1 game. I got the Bengals going 12-5, and I got the Ravens going 11-6. So the Ravens, I'm gonna say the Ravens are gonna be 1 wild card spot. And then let me see, I got 2 more to go. I'm gonna give the Chargers 1. So I'm gonna say the Los Angeles Chargers are also going to be a wild card team in the AFC. And then that last one I'm going to give to either the Dolphins or maybe the Steelers or maybe the Broncos. That last wild card spot, I'm going to give it to the Steelers. So, in the AFC East, my playoff teams are going to be, in the AFC, so I'm going to say, okay, let me see. So, out of the division winners, I got the Bills winning like 11, 12 games. I got the Bengals winning. So these 2 teams are probably going to be like 1 and 2. The Texans. Oh, I can forget about the Chiefs. So the top 3 teams in the AFC, I'm going to say, are going to be, not in no particular order, but the Bills, the Bengals, and the Chiefs. And then I got the Texans winning their division, so that means that I'm going to have them at the 4 seed. Then I'm probably going to have the Ravens at the 5 seed, because I got them winning 11 games. And then I got the Chargers as a 6 seed. And then I'm going to give Steelers the 7 seed. So that means whoever the number 1 seed gonna have a bye. Okay. So who do I think is going to have the number 1 seed? I'm going to say the Bills going to have the 1 seed. So I'm going to say the Bills going to get a bye. Okay. And so that means I'm going to give the Chiefs the 3 seed. And I'm going to give the Bengals the 2 seed. So that means the Bengals are going to play the 7-seeded. And this is my prediction. The Bengals are going to play the 7-seeded Steelers, okay, in the wild card round. And the Chiefs are going to play the 6-seeded Chargers. Bengals going to play the Chargers. No. Yeah. The Chargers. And then that means the 4-seed Texans are going to play the 5th-seed Ravens. Okay? So if I'm predicting that, I'm going to say that between the 2 and the 7th seed, I'm going to pick the Bengals to beat the Steelers. And then I'm going to pick the between the Chiefs and the Chargers. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs to beat the Chargers. I just gotta pick the Chiefs, bro. Like, it just is what it is. And then the 4 or 5 seed, I'm gonna pick the Ravens to beat the 5th seed Ravens to beat the 4-seeded Texans. So that would mean in the divisional round, it would be Bills against the Ravens, and then it would be Chiefs against the Bengals. So right there, I'm going to say I'm going to pick the Bills to beat the Ravens. Okay. And then I'm going to pick the Bills to beat the Ravens. And then I'm going to pick the Bengals to beat the Chiefs. Okay, so that means I have an AFC championship matchup of Bills against the Bengals. But man, do I really think the Bills is gonna beat the Ravens? Because if the Ravens don't do it this year, when is they gonna damn do it? You feel me? And I love Lamar Jackson. So, man. So, I'm going to say, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Get this right here. But I still didn't get it all the way where I wanted my charge. I should be charging slow. You said, Astro said, why did they place Barkley in the middle? Doesn't make sense. He always better near the bound sideline. We talking about what you talking about? Saquon Barkley? You talking about Saquon Barkley? I got 83. 83 miles. That's enough for right now. I'ma go dry this out, and then I'll come back and charge later. So the only one I'm having a hard time with is, as I do these predictions, is the Bills and the Ravens. It's like, do I want I'm gonna say the Ravens. I'm gonna say the Ravens gonna beat the Bills. I'm gonna say the Ravens are gonna beat the Bills. I'm gonna say the Ravens are gonna beat the Bills in the divisional round. So I'm gonna say the championship game is gonna be Ravens-Bengals. And then I'm going to say that Go to Leangelo said AJ Brown is so garbage. AJ Brown did his thing last year though. Why you say he garbage though? He didn't really do much tonight, huh? But I'm gonna say out of Bengals, let me see, Bengals, Ravens in the AFC Championship game. Bengals, Ravens, AFC Championship game. 1 reception, 8 yards. Hey, but you know, the one thing about it in the NFL is that you know, the wide receiver position is dependent on. It's a very dependent position, you know what I'm saying? It's dependent on the quarterback getting them the ball. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen Hurts doing his thing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not trying to say nothing negative about Jalen Hurts, but that can happen sometime. You know what I mean? That can happen sometime. You know, but AJ Brown is a dog, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put a question mark by that one. Goated. We'll see. I'll keep tabs on that going forward. You know what I'm saying? But now, okay, so I done picked all the way up to the AFC Championship game. So now I got Bengals, Ravens in the AFC Championship game. Who the hell do I think is gonna win? Between the Bengals and the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to pick. I love both quarterbacks. Go to Leangelo said it's hard to throw it to him when his ass is getting open. What the fuck is going on with the kickers too? Why they all of a sudden all kicking 60-yarders? Hey, they gonna have to start drug testing these kickers. You understand me? Yeah, they gonna have to start drug testing these kickers, man. Cause I feel you on that. How y'all all of a sudden everybody can kick from 60 yards? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's, that HGH, them roids, y'all know these NFL players is cuckoo cocoa puffs now. A big pause on this banana. But I'm gonna say Damn. AFC Championship. I got the Bengals and the Ravens. I'm going to pause right there. Taking a fade from the GOAT. Deflating them balls. You know what I'm talking about? Man, since I can't pick, since I don't know who to pick to go to the Super Bowl, so I done picked all the way up to the AFC Championship game. I got Ravens Bengals in the AFC Championship game. So I'm going to pause right there. Now let me go to the NFC. So the division winners that I have, I got the Commanders winning the NFC East. I got the Lions winning the NFC North. I got the Buccaneers winning the NFC South. And the Niners winning the NFC West. So now let me put them in rankings, in orders, in seeding. I'm going to say the Commanders are going to win 12 games. That's a lot of games, bro. But I'm going to say they're going to win 12. Okay? I'm going to say that the Lions are going to win 10 or 11 games. I'll say I'll give them 11. I'll get the Lions 10 wins. I'll say they're gonna win that division with 10 wins. That means the Packers, to me, are gonna win 9 games. NFC South, I'll say the Buccaneers are going to win that division with nine wins. You feel me? Go to Leangelo, said Jaden the dog, no question, but that Commanders roster ain't a 12-win team, and I feel like what they did last year was kind of fluky. Man, I kind of agree with you, bruh. Like, I'm just making predictions, you know what I'm saying? I kind of agree with you, though, bro. Like, I like Jaden Daniels. But Goated, I gotta agree with you. I'm gonna stay with my prediction though, just because I gotta make it work out for the numbers. But I don't think they're a 12-win team either, bro. Really, to be honest with you. But all right, hold on. So let me go back. Let me go back. But the thing is, I have the Eagles and even possibly the Cowboys making it as wild card teams. So the reason why I'm saying that is because I have the Commanders winning the division. So that means that if I got the Commanders winning the division, I got to give them a high win total because I feel like the Cowboys and the Eagles, I don't feel like either one of them are going to win less than 9 or 10 games. I be hate when these people be having their fucking dogs off the leash, bro. Like, put your fucking dog on the leash, bruh. I be hating that shit when these motherfuckers be having to. Hey, on my mama though, go to Leangelo. What the hell is a damn commander, man? Like, y'all couldn't come up with a better name than that. I would have just left it to Redskins, man. Ain't nobody tripping off that. Y'all trying to be so politically correct and so woke and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should have left it to Redskins, bro. Ain't nobody tripping off that, man. Like, ain't nobody tripping off that. They should have just left them to Washington Redskins. Fucking Commanders. Like, what the, that's corny, bro. I 100% agree with you on that. But that's why I gave the Commanders such a high win total at 12 wins, because I'm like, well, shit. And I went out on a limb. Do I really think deep down in my heart that the Commanders gonna win the division? I really don't. But I'm gonna just stay with my pick, just because that's, you know what I mean. I'm gonna just stay with my pick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give the Commanders 11 wins. You know what I'm saying? I'll give them. I'll come down one, and I'll say I'll say 11 wins. I'm gonna still say they're gonna win the division, but I'm gonna give them 11 wins. I'm gonna give the Eagles 10 wins, and I'm gonna give the Cowboys 9 wins. You feel me? So that means the Eagles gonna be 10-7. Damn, it's kind of hard to imagine the Eagles losing 7 games too. But it is what it is. I'm making my picks. So Commanders at 11 wins. I'm going to give Detroit 11 wins as the NFC North division winner. I'm going to give the Buccaneers 9 wins. I'm going to say the Buccaneers is going to win the NFC South with 9 wins. That division is just, they always kind of like, shit, a couple years ago, Tom Brady's last year, they won the damn division, I believe, with 8 wins. You know what I'm saying? So I think the NFC South is going to kind of be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a bad division. And then I'm going to give my San Francisco 49ers 11 wins. Right? So, bam. So that means the one seed is either going to be the Niners or the Commanders. I'm gonna give the Niners the 1 seed. I know I know y'all. Oh, you just a homer. You just saying it because that's your team. I'm gonna just go with it. I'm gonna give the Niners the 1 seed. No, I'm gonna say the Niners. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 12 games. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 12 games off the top. So I'm going to give the Niners the 1 seed at 12 wins. I'm going to give the Commanders the 2nd seed with 11 wins. I'm going to give the Lions the 3 seed at 11 wins. So the Commanders or the Lions could alternate. I don't know. It's all depends on, it's going to depend on whatever. But I'm going to say the Lions going to be the 2nd seed at 11 wins. And the Commanders going to be the 3 seed at 11 wins. And then the Buccaneers is going to be the 4 seed. Right? So now I got to come up with 3 wild card picks. One of them is off top going to be the Eagles. Another one is going to be the Cowboys. So I'm going to say 3 out of the 4 teams in the NFC East is going to make the playoffs. So that leaves me with 1 spot left for a wild card team. And I'm going to say I'm going to give that last spot to either the Rams or the Packers. And I'm going to say that it's going to be, I'm going to give it to the Packers. I'm going to say the Rams is going to fall off somewhere, like whether it's injuries or whatever. Raiders need to trade for a receiver. Raiders need to try to get Garrett. Okay, Go Leangelo said, my predictions for the NFC: 1 seed the Eagles, 2 seed the Lions, 3 seed the Niners, 4 seed the Bucks, 5 seed Packers, 6 seed Commanders, 7 seed Falcons. That seemed a little bit more realistic than mine, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just go with it, bro. I'm going to just go with what I picked, you know what I'm saying? And we just going to see how it play out. You know what I mean? Danny May, what's going on, boy? Ain't tapped in a minute. What's going on with you? But yeah, I like your seeding, goated. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna stick with mine. Yours do feel a little bit more realistic, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just go with mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say Niners 1 seed, Lions 2 seed, Commanders 3 seed, Buccaneers 4 seed, Eagles 5 seed, Cowboys 6 seed, and Packers 7 seed. I'm going to go like that. So that means if the Niners is the 1 seed, they get to bye. So that means my 2 seed is going to be the Lions. That means they're going to play the Packers in the wild card round. I'm going to say that I'm going to say, yeah, Danny May, I got the Niners over the Rams. Like, I'm glad that people sleeping on us. You know what I'm saying? But people like we just had a down year last year because of injuries. But we still got a loaded roster. You know what I'm saying? And I'm predicting, I could be wrong. I'm just predicting. I'm predicting that the Rams are going to have some type of fall off somewhere. I'm predicting injuries for them. You know what I'm saying? Most likely to Matthew Stafford somewhere. So yeah, I'm not saying that the Rams is gonna be god awful, but I got the Niners bouncing back this year. You know what I'm saying? We kind of somewhat being slept on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Because see, the thing about Niners, we got an easier schedule this year because we had a bad year last year. I feel like last year, if we would not have had all of those injuries, I don't think we would have only won 6 games last year. You know what I mean? Maybe we wouldn't have been as good as the previous year, 2023. But I feel like we would have without injuries, we would have won 10 or 11 games last year, made the playoffs. Maybe we wouldn't have made the Super Bowl, but we would have made it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I look at last year as a down year. You know what I'm saying? We still got Purdy. We got C-Mac. It's going all depending on injuries. But when C-Mac is there, I'm predicting that C-Mac is going to be healthy this year. When C-Mac is there, he's productive always. He ain't never played and ain't not been productive. He was the offensive player of the year. He was damn near MVP candidate 2 years ago. So we got Purdy. We got C-Mac. We still got our all-pro fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Okay? The one position where we kind of sketchy a little bit right now is the receiver position because Debo is now with the Commanders and Brandon Ayuk is going to be out until week 6, 7, or 8. Okay. But they saying that Ricky Pearsall, who's going into his second year, they say he looking great. He looking good. So I'm banking on him. And then on top of that, and then on top of that, Juwan Jennings. You know what I mean? And his typical role, he's a 3 or 4 seed. You know what I mean? He's a 3 or 4 receiver. You know what I'm saying? But he's still a good receiver. But what's going to help that is George Kittle, the best tight end in the league. George Kittle, all pro. You feel me? Yeah, I agree with you, Goated. The Niners, we need Ricky to be good. We definitely do. I'm predicting that he will be. You know what I'm saying? So, but George Kittle is going to help make up for that. You know what I'm saying? And then they also signed who did the Niners just sign at receiver? They just signed somebody. Let me see here. Position. So let me look at our receivers right now. Our receivers right now are damn, we got like, damn, they got like 9, 10. Goodness gracious. We just signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So Brandon Ayuk, Robbie Chosen. I don't know who that is, but Brandon Ayuk, Robbie Chosen, Junior Bergen, don't know who that is. Jacob Cowing, they're banking on him to step up this year. Russell Gage, Juwan Jennings, Sky Moore, Ricky Pearsall, DeMarcus Robinson, they're banking on him to step up this year and do something. Trent Taylor, Malik Turner, and they just signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So that's the one position that we got that it is kind of a question mark at that position until Brandon Ayuk come back. Now, you got to still be cautious with Brandon Ayuk because he's coming back from a catastrophic knee injury. Okay, so he ain't just gonna come back and then as soon as he back, he gonna be the same Brandon Ayuk that he was before he got hurt. But if he could just be 70 to 80% of that, you know what I'm saying, I'll take it. You know what I mean? But once he come back, he'll kind of it'll start to kind of like level out, even out, and put all the other receivers in their right place. So when he comes back, even though he probably he'll still need to a little bit, he'll still need a little bit of time to get back adjusted to the NFL speed and just get acclimated to the game from after being out for a year or whatever. He's still gonna be the number 1 receiver. So depending on how Ricky Pearsall play, but you have Brandon Ayuk at the 1, Ricky Pearsall at the 2, Juwan Jennings at the 3, and then everybody else. So, and then, like I said, you got George Kittle to pick up the, to also, George Kittle was the best tight end in the league last year. He's one of the best tight ends in the league regardless. You feel me? He catches it and he blocks. Okay, so you got that. And then we still got Trent Williams, still the top 3 left tackle in the league. You know what I'm saying? He's a little older. Trent Williams is a little older. Okay. But he's still mobile enough. And being older at the offensive line position ain't as bad as like being older as like a running back or a receiver or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we still got one of the best offensive linemen in the league. Okay. So that's the offense. So Purdy, McCaffrey. Oh, and we signed, oh boy, I forget his name, but we signed a running back from the Commanders that was on any other team. On the Commanders, he was a starting running back. With us, he's going to be a backup. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just to shore up. That's just to have a little insurance for if Christian McCaffrey happens to go down or whatever. Danny May say Purdy been falling off. Purdy ain't been falling off. Last year, at the beginning of the year, those first 8 games, the team was mediocre, but Brock Purdy was the one that was like keeping the team afloat, actually. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, with Brock Purdy, like he's going into his 4th year. So he's played 3 years. The first year, when he took over in the middle of the season after Trey Lance got hurt, then after Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, and then he picked up right where Jimmy Garoppolo left off, and we won the championship game, and then he got hurt in that first series. And then we didn't have no quarterback for the rest of the game, and the Eagles went on ahead and won and went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Chiefs. Then the next year, which was 2023, he was an MVP candidate. Not only was he an MVP candidate, he was the leader to win the MVP all the way up until that week 12 or week 13 matchup against the Baltimore Ravens. And he had a bad game. Okay. And then he dropped, but he still ended that. And this was his sophomore year. This was his 2nd season. So he still ended up as one of the 3 MVP finalists, him, Dak Prescott, and Lamar Jackson, who ended up winning it. Okay. So that was his 2nd year. And then you got last year when the team just had a whole bunch of injuries, and then he got hurt, towards the back end of the year. So you can't really say that he's fallen off, because in order to fall off, like, you got to show that over the course of like at minimum 2 years. Last year, like, you can't say he like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his first 2 years and bank on that being more of the Brock Purdy than just the last year. Because if you say that he's fallen off now, then basically what you're saying is you're basically choosing to say that his last year in 2024 is more of the player that he is versus the first 2 years. And I mean, you can say that if you want to, but I disagree. Not only that, last year the team was 6-11. They still had the fourth ranked offense in the league. Either the 4th ranked offense or the 4th ranked passing offense. One of them. So I think it's the 4th ranked passing offense. So Brock Purdy is not falling off. You know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy is not falling off at all. The team had a down year last year. You know what I'm saying? I expect Brock Purdy to bounce back this year, and maybe I'm not saying he's going to be an MVP candidate, but I expect Brock Purdy to play like a top 10 quarterback in the league, period, point blank. So then if we go to the defensive end, I'm just giving my case to why, because Danny May was saying, you know what I mean, it's crazy work to pick Niners over the Rams. So I'm just giving my case for why I'm picking them, outside of the fact that it's my team. Then you go to the defense. We still got Nick Bosa, okay, one of the premier pass rushers in the league. We still got the best linebacker in the league, Fred Warner. And then we still got Deommodore Lenoir, who's a top 3 to 5 defensive back in the league. Definitely a top 3 to 5 cornerback in the league. So at every level of the defense, we have an all-pro. You know what I'm saying? So the Niners still have a stacked team. You know what I'm saying? So last year was just a down year, bro. You know what I'm saying? Last year was just a down year. I don't expect the Niners to win 6 games again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's the reason why. And then with the Rams, yeah, the Rams is gonna be a tough out. I'm just predicting that they're gonna have a rough patch somewhere throughout the season. I'm predicting some injuries for them. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I know you can't really predict that, but all right, now let me get back to all right, so now so like I said, Goated, your playoff rankings, your playoff seeding for the NFC Goated probably is a little bit more realistic than mine, but I'm gonna just go with what I picked just because that's what I, you know what I mean? So I got the Niners as a 1 seed, I got the Lions as a 2 seed, I got the Commanders as a 3 seed, I got the Buccaneers as a 4 seed, I got the Eagles as a 5 seed, the Cowboys as a 6 seed, Packers as a 7 seed. I got the Rams barely missing the playoffs, so I don't even got them making the playoffs. You feel me? So yeah, so that means the Niners get a bye if they the 1 seed, right? So that means the 2 seed Lions are going to go against the 7 seed Packers. I'm going to say that in that game, I'm going to say because I know one would say, well, it's a 2 seed versus 7 seed. You should just pick the 2 seed. It don't always go like that though, bruh. And then it's a divisional matchup, even though it's a playoff game. I mean, even though it's a playoff game, it's still a divisional matchup. And division matchups are always tough. It don't matter what the records are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say the Packers upset the Lions. I'm gonna say the Packers upset the Lions in a wild card round. Yep, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna just say that. You know what I mean? I'm sticking my neck out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sticking my neck out there. So then that means we're gonna have the 3 seed against the 6 seed. So that's gonna be the Commanders against the Cowboys. This is just all my prediction. So that means Commanders, Cowboys. I'm picking the Commanders. So I'm picking the Commanders to beat the Cowboys. So Cowboys, y'all 1 and done. Your ass up out of there. You feel me? You go to say, yeah, you got to go with your team, man. I got the Bengals in the 3 seed. Come on now, let's get it. Let's get it. You feel me? I ain't gonna never not pick my damn team. You feel me? So yeah. So all right. So between the 3 seed Commanders and the 6 seed Cowboys, I got. So the Commanders move on. Between the 4 seed Buccaneers and the 5 seed Eagles, I got the Eagles winning. So that means that the Niners are going to, since the Niners are going to play the Packers in the divisional round. I'm going Niners. I'm just gonna take them. I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna take the Niners. You feel me? Go to the Niners. Say Cowboys completed their yearly playoff exit on to the next season. Hey, come on now. You already know. You're 1 and done. You understand me? So divisional round, I got the Niners over the Packers. Okay. The other game, divisional round, who was that? That's Eagles Commanders. I'm going to say that's the 3 seed Commanders versus the 5 seed Eagles. I'm going to go Eagles. So that means I have an NFC championship game of the Niners versus the Eagles. Rematch of the 20 championship game. So I got the Niners and the Eagles in the NFC championship game. And in the AFC championship game, I have the Bengals and the Ravens. Them is two good championship games right there. It's funny because I feel like I'd like Dak and Zeke if they were on any other team in their primes. On my mama, I agree with you. Even though I'm a Niners fan, so we automatically hate the Cowboys for whatever reason, I've never had that sense of hate in my heart for Dak or for Ezekiel Elliott. You know what I mean? I liked the fact that they came in as rookies, put, you know what I mean, 10 toes down, like really, you know what I mean, really doing their thing. Now, anytime Dak Prescott has some failures, I'm always laughing and I'm always joyous about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have extensive hate in my heart for Dak Prescott. I got extensive hate in my heart for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? As a team, you feel me? But yeah. So, all right, now let me pick these championship games. AFC Championship. Cincinnati Bengals versus Baltimore Ravens. I'm going Bengals. I'm just going Bengals. I'm picking Joe Burrow over Lamar Jackson. I'm going Bengals. I got the Bengals. I got the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl as AFC champions representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. Yep, I said it. I said it and I got it. You understand me? And in the NFC, come on, man. You know I ain't picking to get my own damn team. You understand me? I got to roll with the Niners. But damn, let me see. Let me think about that though. Because the Niners versus Eagles tough. Eagles is tough. Eagles is tough. But usually when the Niners go this deep into the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? They usually go on like a little run, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a roll with my Niners. I'm a roll with my Niners. So I'm gonna say because the Super Bowl is here this year, where I'm at, right here in the Bay Area, at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, which is 15 minutes down the highway from where I'm at right now. So I'm predicting that the Niners are going to make it to the Super Bowl and play in their own stadium. That's only happened one time, and it was recently when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, won the 2020 Super Bowl, and it was in Tampa Bay. That's the only time it's ever happened. So I'm making picks that aren't likely I'm making picks that history normally says, these type of things don't happen. So I'm going against the grain. I'm going against the mofo grain right now. You understand me? I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to say Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California, Levi Stadium. I'm going to say we're going to have a matchup. Let's go 49ers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Niners, Bengals, part 3, like Goated said. You know what I'm saying? We almost had it in 2021. You know what I mean? We almost had that matchup in 2021 when it was Rams versus the Bengals. And the Rams barely beat us in the NFC Championship game at the end. But they got it done, and they went on. And I was rooting for the Bengals in that Super Bowl, too. And it looked like they was going to get the win, but whatever. Shit happens. But, yep, Niners, Bengals, part 3. Who will win Super Bowl 60 between the Bengals and the Niners? Now, I'm going to just say this, Goated, because I got to say this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to pick my Niners, bro. And I'm not picking them just because they my team. I'm really not. I swear I'm not, bro. But we done been to 3 straight Super Bowls and lost all of them. The football guys got to cut us a break, man. They got to cut us some type of break because our first 5 Super Bowls, we won all 5 of them. You feel me? 81, 84, 88, 89, and 94. Okay? We was 5-0. We went in 2012 against the Ravens, lost that. Went in 2019 against the Chiefs, lost that. Went in 2023 against the Chiefs, lost that. So, I'm just saying, bro, the football gods have to, y'all can't have us go to 4 straight Super Bowls, bro, and we lose all of them. You feel me? So, I know, go to say we done lost our last 3 too. Damn. I gotta pick my Niners though, man. I can't pick us. I can't pick my team going all the way to the Super Bowl. You understand me? And then losing in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Even though we done did it 3 years and three times in a row. You feel me? So Colin K. Kershaw. Colin was my dude though, man. I was upset when Jim Harbaugh made the move to go from Alex Smith to Colin Kaepernick because I felt like, damn, Alex Smith has been a bust, a straight bum, straight butt cheeks his whole career. Jim Harbaugh come over there and actually turn Alex Smith into something. We go all the way to the NFC Championship game his first year. Then that second year, he got hurt in the middle of the season, and then he put Colin Kaepernick in. I didn't like that because I'm like, man, let Alex Smith finish the deal. But Jim Harbaugh was right. He was right because Colin Kaepernick, when he took over, bro, like, I never seen no shit like that a day in my life, bro. Like, on everything. Like Colin Kaepernick, bro, them first 2-3 years, bro, Colin Kaepernick was that was like video game shit. That was like video game shit. Like he was like he was having games where he was on some 250 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards rushing, another touchdown. Like, I mean, he was slicing and dicing, bro. Yeah, he if you take Colin Kaepernick, if you can make the Hall of Fame off of 2 or 3 years, he's a surefire, bona fide first ballot. You know what I mean? Like, that nigga was damn near looking like the greatest of all time in first 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And then front office decided to fire Jim Harbaugh. And then once they fired Jim Harbaugh, then that's when he kind of started to take a dip. You know what I'm saying? And then he you know, he started to stand up for what he believed in, and then it was a wrap for him. But yeah, man, damn. That was a time right there. What a time to be alive. You feel me? But I'm gonna pick. So yeah. Super Bowl 60. I got the Niners winning the Super Bowl over the Cincinnati Bengals. I ain't gonna give no final score or nothing like that. I just got them winning it. So there you have it. It took me 3 hours, but I finally made my predictions. Now, real quick, I'm going to and it's crazy that I got the Bengals in the Super Bowl, because so as I give, it ain't gonna take me that long for these, but I'm going to give my individual award winners, and I'm gonna start with the MVP. And actually, for league MVP this year, I got Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow gonna win the league MVP this year. Okay, so I got Joe Burrow as the league MVP. Okay, for defensive player of the year, let me see. And then like they got like and this is where I agree with you at Go to Leangelo about Jaden Daniels. You know, they got Jaden Daniels as like an MVP candidate and shit. I'm like, bro, see, like I love Jaden Daniels, and I love the year that he had, what he's done for the Commanders and all that, and I do think he's a great quarterback. My only thing is I just want to see it again. Like, I can't just give you all of that off of 1 year, even though it was a great year. And even though at the beginning of last year, nobody would have told you or told me that the Washington Commanders would be playing in the NFC Championship game. I would not have believed it at all. I would have laughed you off of a cliff. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way in the world that I would have believed that the Washington Commanders would have, at the start of last season, there's no way I would have believed that the Washington Commanders would have been in the NFC Championship game. So I love, and he's an exciting player, and I was rooting for him the whole year. They started to do their thing, you know what I'm saying? And then now you got my boy Debo over there. So even though Debo ain't on our team no more, I'm still a fan of his. I'm still root for him. But I gotta see it again, bro. I gotta see it again. I can't just give it to you off. I believe he is that. I believe he is Himothy. I believe he really is like that. Okay. I just want to see it again just to confirm. That's it. I just gotta see it again, just confirm. That was 1 year. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see it. I gotta see it again just to confirm. But yeah, I can't MVP candidate and all that. See it again. But let me see. Okay, let me see. 2025 MVP NFL MVP candidates. Hold on, my bad. NFL leading MVP candidates for 2025 season include Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes, with Jaden Daniels and Jared Goff also being mentioned as contenders. I'm going Joe Burrow. I'm predicting Joe Burrow to win the NFL MVP this year. Let me see now. NFL Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Candidates are Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, and TJ Watt, who are consistently listed among favorites by odds makers and sports analysts for the upcoming season. Other players mentioned as strong candidates: Jalen Carter, Nick Bosa, Will Anderson, Jared Verse. Defensive Player of the Year. Man. I'm gonna go. Is Aiden Hutchinson coming off an injury? Ain't he coming off an injury? Or who got hurt for the Lions? Oh yeah, it was Aiden Hutchinson. I ain't picking him to win a Defensive Player of the Year coming off a broken leg. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I just can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't do that, bro. Yeah, no, I can't do that. He coming off a broken leg, missing the majority of the year last year, and y'all want me to pick this fool as a Defensive Player of the Year? No, I can't do that. I'm gonna go Defensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt won it last year, right? Watt is strong, given his pass, including winning. Who won it last year? Was it Myles Garrett? Papa J, what's going on? Who won the 2024 NFL Defensive Player of the Year?
According to Denver Broncos CB Pat Surtain II named 2024 AP NFL Defensive Player of the Year. New Orleans, Pat Surtain II has cemented his place in Broncos history. Surtain was named 2024 Associated Press NFL Defensive Player of the Year at NFL Honors on Thursday, becoming just the second player in franchise history to earn the award.
Patrick Surtain? That's crazy stats, fam. I got to keep this plugged in. I got to charge my phone. I was going to put the phone towards it, but bro, Patrick Surtain, damn, I missed that. 10, bro. Who won it in 2023? Okay, Myles Garrett. That's right. That's right. Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett won it in 2023. Who won it in 2022? Okay, Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa, my boy. My boy Nick Bosa, you know what I'm talking about? Nick Bosa won a Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. Defensive Player of the Year this year, I'm gonna say it's either gonna be TJ Watt or Nick Bosa. I'm gonna go TJ Watt. I'm predicting TJ Watt to be the Defensive Player of the Year for this year. Aaron Donald was 2020. Who was 2019? Oh, Stephen Gilmore for the Patriots. 2018. Aaron Donald won it again in 2018. That boy was doing the damn thing. Damn, Aaron Donald won it in 2017 too. That boy was the boss hogging. Khalil Mack in 16. J.J. Watt in 15. J.J. Watt in 14. Oh, Luke Kuechly in 13. I forgot about Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly used to do his thing. J.J. Watt in 12. Terrell Suggs in 2011. Troy Polamalu in 10. Charles Woodson in 2009. I'm going back now. James Harrison, 8. Okay, so yeah, this year I'm gonna say Watt was robbed this year. Hey, cause for whatever reason, I knew JJ Watt had won I knew TJ Watt had won a Defensive Player of the Year award, and I actually thought it was last year. He won it in 2021. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was last year. But yeah, I'm gonna pick TJ Watt. So I got Joe Burrow as the MVP. I got JJ Watt, TJ Watt as the Defensive Player of the Year. Now, Offensive Player of the Year. Who are the candidates for the 2025 NFL Offensive Player of the Year? Saquon, Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Jamar Chase, and Josh Allen are predicted to be contenders. Other players, CeeDee Lamb, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Joe Burrow. I'm going to give Offensive Player to Jamar Chase. Man, that's really hard to predict. All of the, hey, Papa J, all of this is hard to predict. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm just doing my predictions. You know what I'm saying? I can go back at the end of the year and check this live and just see, you know what I'm saying? But all of this is hard to predict. This is almost impossible to predict these things. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it to Jamar Chase. I'm gonna say Jamar Chase is gonna be the Offensive Player of the Year. Okay. Now, wait, you said something about Coach of the Year. Let me see. Okay, Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel. Okay. I'm gonna get to Coach of the Year. Let me see. Now I want to go to Offensive Rookie of the Years. Let me see. Let me see. Who are the 2025 NFL candidates for Defensive Rookie of the Year? Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Michael Williams, for the 49ers. Okay. James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker. I only know of two of these players. I know Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. I don't even know Michael Williams on my own damn team. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Michael Williams, a highly touted edge rusher from Georgia, who has also been listed among the top Defensive Rookie of the Year candidates by multiple sources. Okay. So he's a defensive end. And we need that. Okay. This one is, there's no way to predict this, bro. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to just go off of the names that they got here, man. I'm going to just say, I want to say Travis Hunter, but that's just a typical name, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say him just because I want to say him. You know what I'm saying? I want him to win it. You know what I mean? Because I want him to do good. But I'm gonna go Abdul Carter. I'm gonna go Abdul Carter for the Giants. I'm gonna go Abdul Carter for the New York Giants. I'm going to say Abdul Carter is going to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay. I'm going to go Abdul Carter. Let me go offensive now. Uh-oh, come on. What's going on, big dog? Okay, let me do like this. Come on, bruh. Where the Xfinity Wi-Fi at, bro? What's going on with the Wi-Fi all of a sudden, big dog? Should be tripping. Now the Wi-Fi is tripping. I had 2 more to go. Offensive Rookie of the Year and Coach of the Year. Okay, there you go. Uh, 2025 candidates for Offensive Rookie of the Year include running back Ashton Jeanty, quarterback Cam Ward, running back Omarion Hampton, and wide receiver Tutoria McMillan. Only one I know is Cam Ward. No, none of these people. And they got Travis Hunter as a versatile player. Hunter's also on the radar for the award, though he is also a defensive player. Man, I'm going to go Jackson Dart. How about that? Me. Papa J said Lamar Jackson is kind of a setup to win Offensive Player of the Year. Yeah, he's a perennial MVP candidate, so he's gonna be up to win MVP every year, damn near. But usually, a lot of times, they give the Offensive Player of the Year. Since the MVP is basically a quarterback award, it just is what it is. That's basically a quarterback award. Usually they try to give the Offensive Player of the Year award to like one of the skill position players, since they already know the quarterback is gonna get the MVP. So, they usually try to spread it out and either give it an Offensive Player of the Year award to either a running back or a receiver. You feel me? So that's why I feel like it's either going to be a running back or receiver. That's why I picked Jamar Chase. Because I'm looking at it like I got the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I got Joe Burrow as the league MVP. And Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase that's just an unstoppable tandem. Since LSU, it just don't matter. Like if the Bengals would have won just like even 11, maybe even 10, like 11 games last year, Joe Burrow would have won the MVP. Like that's how dope of a year he had. The defense is god awful. Okay. But Joe Burrow played like probably the best league last year. You know what I'm saying? Between him and Lamar Jackson. Now they gave it to Josh Allen. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? But the only reason why Joe Burrow wasn't even considered is because his team record was so bad. If they would have won 11 games at least, he would have won the MVP. You feel me? Low the Truth. What's going on, boy? Hey, Low the Truth. I got us winning the Super Bowl this year, man. I got Niners Bengals in the Super Bowl. I got Niners winning it all. You feel me? So I'm at the end of this live, though. I'm finna end pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, but yeah, that's why I got Jamar Chase winning Offensive Player of the Year. Because his team, I'm predicting his team is going to be in a Super Bowl. That means he's going to have a great year. He had a great year last year, even when the team was the team record was bad. And I'm predicting that the quarterback of his team is going to win the MVP. So, you know what I mean? It just makes sense. You feel me? I may be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm predicting. So I got Joe Burrow as my league MVP. I got Jamar Chase as my Offensive Player of the Year. I got J.J. Watt as my Defensive Player of the Year. I got Jackson Dart as my Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's probably not probable, but I'm gonna just stick with it. And then I have Abdul Carter as my Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay. For Coach of the Year, let's see. Who are the candidates for NFL Coach of the Year 2025? Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, and several new or reshuffling coaches like Liam Cohen and Pete Carroll. Goated, I agree with you. I'm going Mike Vrabel. I'm going Mike Vrabel as Coach of the Year. Wait. If I should pick Jim Harbaugh. I'm gonna go Mike Vrabel though. I'm gonna go Mike Vrabel. So that's it, man. You feel me? I done made all my picks. You know what I mean? I done picked division winners. Papa J said if the Chargers make it to the playoffs, I'll give it to Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. Jim Harbaugh would probably be my second candidate. But I'm gonna pick Mike Vrabel. Yep. So I done picked my division winners. I done picked conference champions, Super Bowl participants, Super Bowl winners. So I got the Bills winning the AFC East. I got the Bengals winning the AFC North. I got the Texans winning the AFC South. I got the Chiefs winning the AFC West. I got the Commanders winning the NFC East. I got the Detroit Lions winning the NFC North. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the NFC South. I got the 49ers winning the NFC West. So those are my division winners. So from that, and then my wild card teams for the AFC are Ravens, and who else did I have? And Steelers. Yeah. Ravens, Chargers, and Steelers. My AFC wild card teams. And then in the AFC, once all of that is, you know what I mean, figured out, then I got I have in the AFC Championship game, I got the Baltimore Ravens against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I got the Bengals winning, becoming the AFC champions, going on to the Super Bowl. In the NFC, my wild card teams are the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Packers. And then the NFC Championship, I have the Eagles against the Niners, with the Niners winning, going on to the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, I have the Niners against the Bengals, and I got the Niners winning, winning Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. Individual awards, I got Joe Burrow as the league MVP. Jamar Chase, Offensive Player of the Year. J.J. Watt, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jackson Dart, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Abdul Carter. Coach of the Year, I may have to revisit because I said Mike Vrabel, but I don't even have the Patriots making the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to still give it to him anyway, though, because I'm going to predict that they're going to still have a great year for them. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, Niners. I'm going to predict that. I'm going to predict that the Patriots I'll give the Patriots 9 wins this year. And so that'll make sense for that. That means they'll end up 9-8. I'll give them 9 or 10 wins because I got the Buffalo Bills winning that division. I think I gave them 11 wins. So that means I got the Patriots right on their heels at 9 or 10 wins. You feel me? And so yeah, I think that'll be good enough for Mike Vrabel to win the Coach of the Year. You know what I'm saying? And in his first year with the New England Patriots, and then that's going to give them good vibes going into next year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna still give it to Mike Vrabel. So yep, that's what it is, big dog. That's my picks right there. That's my picks. I gotta take a piss. Them is my picks right there. You know what I'm saying? Them is my picks right there. So, shout out to y'all, man. Everybody that done tapped in with your boy, man. Goldie Leangelo came back after the first stream was glitching out and geeking out. You feel me? Shout out to y'all. I'm finna end this live. Load of Truth. Who I got Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart of the quarterback for the New York Giants. I got Jackson Dart on that. Probably not probable, but I'm sticking my neck out there. I'm sticking my neck out there. I'm over here by Facebook. I'm finna go to the house though. Finna take a little piss back here where ain't nobody at. But I'm finna jump off this though, man. We got a game tomorrow night though too, huh? I think over there they're gonna be overseas in San Paulo or somewhere. We got, I believe it's Chiefs and Chargers tomorrow night. Hold on. Got to drain the main vein. You know what I'm saying? I was holding that shit for a minute, boy. That shit for a cool little minute. I'll be driving Uber and shit. It's late. I'm finna go out here. I'm finna go. Oh, my bad. I'm finna go out here, man, and fuck around, man, and see if I can get some rides real quick before I lay it down. I gotta get up. I got this little I got a little cool little job interview tomorrow for this company to drive one of these self-driving cars. You feel me? So all the work I be doing be self-employed kind of work, but this is one of the jobs that I'll go back into the regular workforce for, you know what I'm saying? Because I like driving jobs. And it's a job, and it's driving one of those autonomous vehicles, one of those autonomous cars that drive itself. Doing that all day, you know what I'm saying? So they want me to come in for a little interview in the morning. So that, you know what I mean? Y'all wish me luck. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Loaded Truth, Papa J. You know what I'm saying? The usual suspects. Goldie was up in this thing. My boy Sizzle tapped in for a quick little minute. You know what I mean? The Hunters, he tapped in for a little minute. I'm scrolling back to the chat to see. Yeah, everybody that tapped in tonight, man. Shout out to y'all, man. One of my first subscribers started doing Snax on Sports. I ain't seen my boy in a minute. My boy Cheyenne. You know what I'm saying? I had to tap in with my boy Cheyenne, see what he on. But I'm gone though, man. I just wanted to jump on here, man. Give my little spiel. You know what I mean? Give my little season preview. You know what I'm saying? Season predictions, I mean. And yeah, that's what it is. It's documented. Y'all got it. Y'all know what it is. Y'all seen it. You understand me? And yep, I'm gonna get at y'all on the next one. All right, Snax on Sports. I'm gone.